What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Drementfh, and welcome to Thorium Gaming, and we're back with Nightly Valor, our attempts to bring the light of the Lady of the Lake to the entirety of the old world. And last time we started sending Grimaldus and Phoenix down south to try and reclaim some of the lands in Araby. Might even claim Xandri, since the Chaos forces that have pushed us back have started destroying Tomb King stuff too. Up in the north, Lord Adadon is headed towards the Norskin coastline. And we're going to cause some problems up there for the Norskins, with all the raiding they've done for us. And the king is headed back to Corone, where we just completed our Royal Menagerie. So we have access to Royal Hippogriff Knights and Royal Pegasus Knights. We won't necessarily be able to do them right away, because we still have to rank him up again. He's lost all his vows, so they would be expensive to maintain. But if we can hang on just a little bit longer, once we get up to, I think it's 1600 chivalry, we can do the final battle, and yes, that would be most excellent. So yeah, already any new lords that we recruit will start with the Knight's Vow, which makes things a little bit easier for us. And if we get up to 1600 plus, it'll give us access to the Questing Vow right off the bat. Definitely a good way to do things. The Empire and the Dwarves have come down and helped us out a little bit. We did some cleanup at the end of last turn, so really all we've got is to hand it over to the other nations to see what they do. Now, some little news for the entire franchise as a whole. The Huntsman and the Beast is coming out on September 11th this year, and it brings in the Huntmaster for the Empire, so they get yet another lord. All the love heads towards the Empire. And the Beast is a Horde-style Lizardman army, so we'll see what they get, because, well, the Lizards already have a bunch of heroes. They got Tic-Tac-Toe, the Skink Priest, they've got Krokgar, and Lord Mazdamundi, but now they're going to have the Beast as well, and from what I can tell, he's going to be a Horde-style army, and it's going to be great. He starts up near Albion, if I remember correctly, and the Huntsman starts somewhere in the Empire. He is Empire affiliated, but we'll see how that works out. More legendary lords is always a good thing, though I wish some of the lesser races would get a few more good ones. I'd love to see possibly some different Vampire Councilants, even though they have a lot. The Vampire Coast has a fair number, so I guess between the Vampire Counts and the Vampire Coast armies, there's tons of Vampire characters that you can deal with, so not a big deal. Khemri doesn't really have any more that they can put out. The Tomb Kings in total have all the ones that are available to them. I would kind of like to see the Novels make a small appearance in here. Not necessarily Gotrek and Felix themselves, because that would be hard, a twin set of lords. But rather the Skaven Grey Seer that they fight, him and his summonable rat ogre monstrosity Bone Ripper. I can remember his name, but I can't remember the Warlock's or the Seer's name. Just a little weird. But if they put him in, it would be pretty great. I'd also love to see Chaos get a few more of their heroes. One for Nurgle, one for Tzeentch. We have Slaanesh. We don't have Khorne either, but there are legendary lords for Khorne, Tzeentch, and Slaanesh. Well, Tzeentch and Nurgle, sorry. We already have Slaanesh's champion. Be nice to see that and a little bit more theme to the armies. Maybe some demons. That would be cool too. But that could take a while to implement. Demons would be an entirely different unit type. And they'd probably function similar to how the undead function, in that they can't really be broken, but if their morale drops, they start taking extra casualties. Probably the best way to handle them. Speaking of the Norskins, there's a rather massive army that's got some mammoths in it. And he's already on board a chariot, so we'll see how he fights at Volksgrad, if he's even going to Volksgrad, or if he's just bypassing the Empire's outpost and going for Prague. The Elves already have a fair number of heroes, so do the Dark Elves, so they're not really needing any more legendary lords. Lizardmen are getting one more, so that takes their total up even higher. I'd really, really, really love to see an expansion, maybe? Like a full-on expansion giving us the Mountains of Morn. But I've already gone over that at length as to why I want the Ogre Kingdoms in here, because, well, they're awesome. The Dwarves, I don't think there's really any more heroes they could slot in right now. They do have their factions already set up. There's not too many more heroes the Orcs and Goblins have that they could put in, so that kind of rules it out. The Wood Elves, again, same situation. They pretty much got all of their lore-based characters in. Yeah, searching through all my my mindset, my ancient fluff history, to try and pick out races that could probably use one or two more. The Norskins might be able to slip one or two more in, depending on how they work them in. Could be a chance to create entirely something new, which would be great to see. When lizardmen just aren't dangerous enough, you stick an axe head onto their head and call it decoration. I am interested to see how the beast is going to play, because, well, horde army for the lizardmen? That could be interesting. Apparently it uses a mechanic similar to how the Warriors of Chaos can awaken tribes, and it allows them to create lizardmen enclaves after a fashion, so we'll see if that works out. Of course, we're getting to see all of the little heroes running around since our allies are pushing out a little bit. Just nice to see. We'll get to start assaulting like Norskin shores and reclaiming the coast of Araby. We do need to start picking a few fights, and hopefully we'll be able to turn that into a lot more chivalry and start off the final battle as soon as we're able. There's Tretch Craventail himself. I believe Hotek's column is their starting place, so wise to keep it under wraps. But that's not here nor there. Clan Moors has started in Carrick-or-Rudd. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that king's name because, let's face it, it's the Tomb Kings, and I can barely pronounce English names, so I don't want to butcher it. Not really sure what the Court of Liberus is doing right now. Kalita is pulling back to Lamio? I would have expected her to push forward to the south. I mean, she has a Tomb King on a Kemrian War Sphinx, so I don't understand why she's holding back. It's a little trait I've noticed with most of the Tomb King armies. They'll gather up around their pyramid cities, and they won't strike out. Then they'll send out one army and do it, and then slowly work their way back. I don't know if they'd call that a defensive move or what, but it is what it is. And we don't really have eyes up around that area in Kislev, so we might have to change that. The last of the green-skinned tribes, of course, is just running around. And the Silver Host has been reborn at Marak.
You ask for a boon. Speak.
You are at war with the Rakaf dynasty. I don't really want to go into a military alliance with you. We might have to fight you at some point. Let's see what this Moxia Grolorus does. Apparently he's going to spawn another army stack. Kind of looks like the servants to Chaos have been pushed back a fair bit. But they're still assaulting the elves of Ulthuan, who by now have the forces in place to deal with them, but they're not for some reason. Alright, so Grimaldus, we're going to have you continue right down the coast towards Kofar.
Protector of the realm.
And Phoenix, you're going to keep pace with him.
Of the lady be upon you.
Lord Adadon, however,
Taking
pull you to the edge of your movement range. See if there's any armies in Pack Ice Bay. There's Wulfric himself.
Lord of Bretonia.
See what he has? A lot of skin wolves, a lot of armored skin wolves, some feral mammoths. Nothing too vicious,
My
but
strength and wisdom are yours.
maybe not something we want to start off with right off the bat. So let's head back towards Albion.
Leaving.
See if we can capture Albion.
Of Bretonia.
And Furix, you've gained a level. You foe seeker on this one. I'll send you off to try and deal with
Refused.
Tor over here. I swear my brain is working today, guys. It's just working very slowly.
Our lady demands it.
Thibaut de Bois has just leveled up. Give him the lady's mantle, get his missile resistance up. King Lewin, let's get you up towards Caron. Does Leoness get any special buildings? No, it does not. It just gets the Great Port. Pretty sure Bordeaux does. And that would be the Morceau Valley Vineyards. Might as well upgrade it to a duchy capital. I was about to say chapel. Start upgrading a few of our cities since we are getting some resources in right now.
I have seen your heart.
Doesn't really appear to be much else that we can do right now. Regular tournaments is still training. I don't think we have any extra lords down this way. Aside from Lord Yogi, who's going to have his archers on the next turn. So let's just let the other nations go. I do like the fact that even after all this time has passed, that Creative Assembly is still supporting this game. I mean, Total War 3 Kingdoms came out, and a bunch of other stuff came out. But they're still adding in content to Total War Warhammer 2. Be nice if we saw a full, legitimate expansion. Maybe something with a brand new campaign mode would be nice. I mean, the Vortex campaign wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad, for sure. So maybe if we get an expansion that opens up the eastern section of the map and allows the Mountains of Morn and everything in, be nice to see. I just want to see Croesus Goldtooth in there, and, well, Bull Ogres, because they're entertaining, shall we say. There's the Warriors of Chaos right there. Not really sure what they're doing up there. But of course the Empire and its vaunted armies that completely outclass us for right now. Part of that does come down to the fact that we lost all of our vows, so all of our knightly units are costing more to upkeep, which is painful, shall we say. But at the same time, we were at war a lot more in the early game than the Empire was, just the way this playthrough worked out. Right now all we're doing is essentially maintenance, trying to keep things up while we work on getting our chivalry up. And then there's the dwarves who are doing all of their stuff. Not really sure what the overall plan for the dwarves is, but we'll see momentarily, I hope, anyway. There's the High King himself moving in to head north? Maybe? I don't know, I'm kind of lost to what the allies that we've made are doing right now. So it's not Archaeon himself, that's a Chaos Sorcerer right there. But I'm guessing that's the last major army stack for the Warriors of Chaos. I don't know if wiping them out will summon Archaeon, but we will see. There's Throg himself. Replaced that other general that was there. We're really going to have to start picking fights here soon so we can get on to getting towards the end game for us. There we go, the elves have reclaimed Ulthuan. And it looks like this army has the plague on them, so they're suffering attrition the entire time. Is Teclis going to... No, Teclis, don't infect your army with the plague. Silly, silly elves. For a race that is so old and so wise, they are sure silly sometimes. You know, they're now rocking the Sword of Cain out, so we'll see how that goes. Our friends in the Last Defenders, who have been getting their scaly butts kicked over relatively minor gains and losses. Having Krogar go down, along with a couple of experienced heroes, did not help their cause. I swear I can think these things through. But with the amount of, like, large lizards they have, the Stegodons, Carnosaurs, all of that, they should be pushing a lot harder. Like those two skink chiefs right there that are rocking ancient Stegodons should be thrown into armies and being used as like line breakers, because those ancient Stegodons are amazing. And it looks like Clan Rictus probably has the Monoliths and Slaver's Point at the very least. I think they just lost the Twisted Glade, but we'll see. I'm really interested to see where the Forces of Chaos are going to go now. It's a pretty solid Tomb King's army too. But he's leaving a city open for the forces of chaos. I mean, they should be at war with them. And our dwarven friends are just running around aimlessly. Is Kislev actually going to beat Throg? They are going to beat Throg. The warriors of the Oblasts are doing their job and holding the north. Even though for some reason they're still not friends with some of our allies, which is a little weird.
Do you wish the lady's favor?
Yeah, we'll take a trade agreement with Rinky and Itza. More trade coming in is better off for us anyway. Now, with any luck, this Chaos Army is going to keep moving directly away from us, and they're not going to. Maybe the Empire will wipe them out next turn. That would be pretty awesome, all things considered. Are the Servants to Chaos going to actually attack one of the main gates? That would be rather silly on their part. Those gates are heavily defended, and they get the gate guard that are like Lothern Sea Guard. They're very tough. Alright, so let's get...
My reputation precedes
Lady
me.
Janice has leveled up. Archaeon Conduit for her.
Honor before glory.
So, Grimaldus, let's get you on shore.
Glory awaits. Yes?
Phoenix will get you as close as we possibly can, at least out of the attrition range.
Very well, I go. Things of the lady be
Adadon?
upon you. I go thither.
We'll send you off towards Albion. I'm guessing that might be part of one of the updates. That might be part of the Pirate Coast update. So we'll go up to the Troll Fjord.
Sallying forth.
Knight of Bretonia.
Well, Furix is kind of lost now. He was going to assault Trog, but we can get him to go to Bearsenling's camp and cause some issues for them down there.
Desist at once. Heeds our legend.
Thibault de Bois, we will have you assault the units of this
Noble
Chaos
son of Bretonia.
unit. I gained you another level, and we'll give you Scarred Veteran. And King Lewin should, in theory,
By the light of the lady.
be ready to land at Corone.
I go forth.
So pretty soon we can start upgrading him. There's nothing really else that we can upgrade at Corone or build right now that's worthwhile. Artois doesn't get anything that's special. Neither does Baston. And we already have the Fey Enchantress's tower.
What is your behest?
Now, Dame Elena, she does have her pledge to knowledge. Knights Errant, Knights of the Realm, Pegasus Knights in her army cost a lot less to upkeep. Just to win a battle at sea. Let's get her a couple of units of Knights Errant. Should do for this turn. Lord Yogi,
Yes.
What value did we give you? Probably the level up 5 times. Yes, rank up 5 times. You can't really control these guys without a lot of upkeep. Let's give you a few more spots of infantry. Give you some yeoman archers to deal some long-range damage. Probably not going to be very exciting this week, guys, but we'll see how it goes. Pass it off to the other nations to see what they do for this turn. And that's kind of what we were hoping would happen, and the puppets of chaos are gone. And the Empire is just everywhere. Wondering what they're going to do now. I have no idea where that Dwarven army is headed. We'll see shortly, I hope. So many great swords and so many high-level units. We just can't match the quality of their armies, let alone the quantity right now. I apologize if my voice has been cracking a little bit today. I did not sleep very well last night, so yeah, I'm yawning and all that sort of stuff. It's not very much fun. Are they going to go to the New World, I wonder? Be nicer if they went up to Norska, but New World might work just as well. Not all the corruption from the vampires is out of the Empire just yet. So where are you taking that ironclad? Tobaro? So we're kind of out there with what the dwarves are doing. Warriors of Chaos might lose that fight. I'm hoping they do. Eliminating them would take us one step closer to being able to win, or it might unleash Archaeon, whichever comes first. Probably Archaeon, to be honest. Haven't seen him yet, I don't think. So, we need him to show up and then get wounded, so we know he's in a wounded state. I really wish that the attack list, you got yourself plagued. Sad part is those Phoenix Guard knew that they would die from the plague and they still went anyway. That was their destiny. That's the creepiest part and coolest part at the same time about the Phoenix Guard for the elves. They're sworn to magical silence because they get to see all Phoenix Kings, past, present, and future, and they also get to see the time of their own death within the Shrine to Azerin. So, they are magically sworn to silence, so they can't reveal whatever is going to happen unless they change fate. But at the same time, it's gotta suck. Imagine having all of this strength and power as a Phoenix Guard and knowing that you would die to something inane or mundane, something stupid. Wouldn't that just be the worst way to go? And knowing all that, you would know it would be unchangeable, so you'd have to do it anyway. Hey, Krukgar is back up and running. I don't know what the last defenders are actually trying to do, but we'll see. Be nice if they could pull them down and ambush them, to be honest. We'll see if the High Elves are bypassing the Skaven, or if they are setting up to draw the Skaven away from Hodek's column. We don't really know just yet. Fighting Admiral Tharket would be a bad idea. Keep seeing Grand Admiral Thrawn in my head whenever I pass over Tharket. I don't know why. Star Wars geek and me coming out, I guess. Alright, so it looks like the Tomb Kings are really going after the Ratmen. Though I'm not sure what they're doing on the west now that they don't have to worry about the threat of chaos. We know right now that they cannot win the game overall because they don't control the Black Pyramid of Nagash anymore. This is what I don't get about the last defenders. Like, this is what's happened to you every single time you put an army up as bait. Court of Liberus comes down and basically gives you a lizardly butt smack. And they retreat, and it's a stalemate between you two. Again. Almost in perpetuity. Doing that forever. That time, though, they didn't pull back all their forces. You might be able to actually engage them now. I wonder if our Dowie friends realize that they are just running back and forth. The forces of chaos aren't going to take Toran, like, are they? This way you should be much more aggressive if you're playing Chaos.
Can you feel it? From the north it comes. The tendrils of chaos spread south, tainting the lands. And with it, the warriors of chaos march. We must ready ourselves, for war is coming. But who has brought the warring tribes together? What manner of champion holds that power?
Well, it looks like Big Archaeon himself has
Oblivion
finally come
has
here.
Come, my lord. Archaeon, the Everchosen Lord of the End Times, has re-entered the world. With him marches a chaos host numberless in size. Prepare yourself for the coming apocalypse.
Alright, so Chaos has invaded. Fully, this time. So we'll do a little bit of cleanup and then probably call it a week there, guys. I know it's going to be a little bit shorter. Been a little bit shorter for the last couple, actually. We'll use Phoenix's army to colonize Kofor.
Lord.
Keep
Moving
Grimaldus close. Actually, put you into
Protector of the
encamp stance? Yes, we can. Put King Lewin into encamp as well. The forces of chaos coming, like the true
My
forces of
strength and
chaos.
wisdom are yours.
We'll have to see how things shake out. We're actually going to wait there because we want to keep our troops in somewhat decent condition. We're going to be
Very
going after
well,
the
I
Troll
go.
Fjord. That's probably a good place to end it for this week, guys. So if you liked the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, pop up in this or other Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. Remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.